confidence. Effortlessly, you let them know who is in command. You just that and more. Don't forget it. God worked hard on you for sure. Lexus, Exodus. Shout out to my exes.
Y'all black females out here, y'all don't understand the struggles of being a black man out here in America and not knowing whether or not you gonna make it home to your children every night because of the police gunning you down.
But don't y'all be out here gunning each other down?
Okay, but we ain't talking about that.
Hell, don't y'all be rapping about killing each other in music?
We ain't talking about that either. We can talk about killing each other in rap music, but we don't like the police killing us. Stay on subject, woman.
You brought up your kids. Tyrone, you don't even see your kids.
And then, yeah, I be trying to see my kids. You know my baby mamas be tripping because I don't want to be with none of them, so they be holding my kids from me. You know that.
Okay, but your baby mama saying you don't get them no child support either.
Okay, but I still be going out my way to try to see them.
They live 5 minutes from my house, Tyrone.
That is out my way, woman. See, y'all, that's why we don't like y'all black women's mouths. Y'all run y'all mouth too much. Y'all always bringing up stuff that's irrelevant.
Well, was you cheating on me irrelevant?
I only cheated on you 10 times. You act like I do it every day, bruh. See, that's why we date women of other races, man.
Hey, boos, hey. It is Lexus Exodus, leader of the Black Woman Exodus. How are y'all doing? And like always, if you enjoy this content, please like and subscribe. Please share. Please comment in the comment section. Say what's up to me in the chat. Let me know that you all are listening. Also, when you have a moment, please do me a favor and follow my backup channel. It is called LexX. That is LEXEX. And you'll also see the link in the description below. Also, when you have a moment, please follow me on all my socials. You can find me at Lexus Exodus everywhere. That includes Facebook and Instagram. Also on TikTok, even though they tried to cancel your girl, I'm back. So please take a second and follow me on my social media platforms. I'd love to see you guys over there. Very quickly, a quick update on our petition to cancel Tina Knowles' problematic docuseries. We've been able to collect thousands of signatures, and I am so proud of you guys. And again, have to thank you. Oh my gosh, we've been able to spread so much awareness, and we've been able to initiate so many conversations that weren't happening about Black femicide and the plight of Black women and girls due to the petition. Just recently, I saw a major platform called This Happened with 500,000 followers cover the petition. I've also been contacted by a professor who also contributes to the New York Times recently, who reached out, who had written an op-ed on the petition and on why the docuseries is problematic. I've seen so many YouTube videos. People are talking and people are having conversations about this issue. And that is so important and is so amazing and so incredible. I'm so thankful for you guys. A few of you guys have even recently reached out to me and asked that I start a GoFundMe to create a docuseries myself about femicide. Oh my gosh, I'm so honored that you guys have asked me and trust me to do something like that. But listen, guys, I am not a grifter. My name is not Umar. My name is not Tariq Nasheed. I really take the issue of Black femicide very seriously and the victimization of Black women and girls so seriously. I think that this is such an important topic that needs to be done very seriously. So I will leave such a heavy lift to the expert filmmakers and directors and those whose expertise is in that area. I will say, though, that I did hear that Black femicide is in conversations to create a documentary on this topic. So I've been keeping my eye out on their page and on their YouTube so I can support whatever they release. But again, thank you so much, guys, for the overwhelming support. I really appreciate you all. Okay, so let's get into it. This is another installment of my series called the Blackistan Zoo, where we profile the dusty derelicts, crazy creatures, and animals in Blackistan. Tonight, I want to discuss your coprophiliac. Okay? So, y'all, I wanted to do this video today because of a recent news story I've heard about that everybody's been discussing, where a Dusty attacked an innocent woman on the subway and rubbed ish in her face in New York City. Okay. I thought this was so lewd. This was so disgusting. This was so revolting and so vile. However, this reminded me of many other horrific stories where similar instances have happened and where Dusties have behaved in the same manner as this man. So I wanted to do this video about the Blackistan Coprophiliac because this type of dysfunction, disgusting, revolting behavior is nothing new within the community. So I'm going to give you guys a warning right off the bat. If you have a weak stomach, this one may not be for you, but let's get into it. Okay. So coprophilia is defined as the marked interest in excrement, especially the use of feces or filth as a fetish for gratification. Okay. And we know, and we've talked about this, how a lot of the Dusties are deviant. A lot of them are dysfunctional. A lot of them are sick and sadistic. So it doesn't surprise me that we've seen so many stories of the Nogs in Blackistan engaging in this type of strange, abnormal behavior who are coprophiliacs. Okay, so I want to get into the news story that happened recently in NYC where the Dusty threw feces on a woman on the subway and actually he rubbed it in her face. Let's watch this and then we will chat.
In the Bronx tonight, a search for a suspect in an attack that can only be described as disgusting. That attack happened at a subway station. The man threw feces on a woman who was waiting for a train and then took off. That horrified victim today talked to Eyewitness News reporter Stefan Kent.
It is an attack on the subway, so vile, so disgusting. There are few words to describe the indecency. In this video released by the NYPD, you can see a man take something out of a bag, that's something, human feces, which he then throws and rubs on a woman's face, no apparent motive. That woman says she was attacked out of nowhere. Speaking in Spanish, the victim, who did not want to be identified, says her assailant spread it all over her face and into her hair. She says she was sitting on a bench on her phone when she was struck. It happened so quickly. She didn't realize what had happened until after he fled. Police say it happened last Monday, February 21st, around 5:15 p.m. on the southbound platform of the East 241st Street subway station in the Bronx. The victim says 2 days after she was attacked here, she was harassed and followed by another man on the train in Brooklyn. In that incident, she said other riders were on board to help keep her safe. The mayor today saying incidents like this reinforce the need for a focus on how to address mental illness. And a week after his subway safety plan went into effect, he's ready to make some tweaks.
I'm sitting down tomorrow to do an evaluation. I went out yesterday, some of the subway stations, and talked to the officers on the ground to ask them their pros and cons. What could we be doing differently?
As for the victim in the Bronx, she's hoping the mayor's plan to curb crime on the subway will work.
What a mess. This is vile and disgusting. This is absolutely revolting. And I've actually heard about this news story several times. I'm just now realizing, or it's just now registering, that the victim said that he rubbed it on her face and also rubbed ish in her hair. Gross. Like, can you imagine? So it wasn't like she could just run to the restroom and wash her face off profusely. She had it stuck in her hair. So she had to ride home, all the way home on the train ride home with fecal matter in her hair. And this woman was minding her business. And it says, the news story said that this happened at 5 p.m. So she was probably on her way home from work or something after she handled her business. Where here comes this sick, sadistic nignog bothering her, who ain't got nothing better to do, bothering her, messing with her, and pulling this revolting ass ish. And the woman was speaking in Spanish when the news platform interviewed her. So apparently there are some Black women saying that since the victim is a non-Black woman, this is not Black woman's problem. And I can't with Black women sometimes. It's like, y'all sound so damn dumb. Y'all sound dumb, because please believe, if he has enough gall to pull this with a white woman, he's victimized several of you already, because you are who is in closest proximity to him. You're the people who are living in the communities with these fools, commuting in these neighborhoods with these fools. You're the one who are working, in these communities with these fools. You're the most unprotected and vulnerable. And this man has a mile-long rap sheet. So to think that he's never victimized a Black woman in this manner is very silly and is very asinine. But this is your coprophiliac. This is a disgusting, revolting, vile behavior that they like to engage in, victimizing innocent people. Okay, so let's keep going. So I want to fast forward to this next story about another Dusty who went to a campus in Toronto and dumped feces and urine on innocent students who were studying at the library. So let's watch this and then we will talk through.
University students attacked on Toronto campuses. We're live at York University where details are emerging of a disturbing crime, and the weapon of choice will turn your stomach. Good afternoon. Toronto police are investigating the assaults, and we do want to warn you, if you are squeamish, the details of this story may be difficult to hear. One incident was reported at a library at the University of Toronto, and the other at York University Library. Our Scott Lightfoot is working on this story this afternoon. He joins us live from York with the latest. Scott.
Michelle, the incident that's alleged to have happened here at York happened late yesterday afternoon at the Scott Library, which is just steps from where we're standing. According to comments made online by people who were in the library at the time, it involved a man walking into the library and dumping a container or a bucket full of what appeared to be urine and feces all over students who were studying in the library at the time. This is very similar to another incident that was reported at the Robarts Library at U of T on Friday. Now, Toronto police say they're investigating both incidents at this time. Here's what one of the witnesses to the incident at U of T had to say about what she saw.
I saw like a guy like covered in it, and like we were like, everyone was silent because I guess they're in shock, and I thought it was like coffee or something, and I was like, did it like a coffee thing, like somebody dropped on it, I don't know. And then like all of a sudden, like I didn't smell it first, and then all of a sudden like the smell hit. Somebody was like, oh, it smells, and then everyone was like, oh my gosh, and like I thought I was gonna like faint or like cry or something. So like me and my friends just like packed up our stuff and like ran out of the room because like yeah, I will never forget that smell.
Back here at York, the schools released a statement that reads at approximately 5 p.m. yesterday, an unknown male entered Scott Library and deposited a substance suspected of containing fecal matter on a student. York University Security Services responded to the incident. We have reached out to the victim of the assault to offer support. We are also investigating the incident and working with Toronto Police Service. Now, there are some videos online that show the aftermath of the incident or purport to show the aftermath of the incident. So far, police have not released a description of the suspect. 20 Live at York. I'm Scott Lightfoot. Michelle, back to you.
Isn't that interesting? This incident happened at 5 p.m. as well. Do you see what I'm saying? So I'm sure a lot of you listening to me, you're probably in corporate America at around 5 p.m. You're just getting off a long day of work. These students here, they were studying, handling business, but Dusties, they have nothing to do. They do nothing all day. They're unproductive members of society. So they going around at the end of a long work day bothering innocent people who are handling their business with buckets of poop. Okay. And I want to look at this next clip because once this news clip was released, they actually didn't have any details about the suspect. They said that the police did not release any descriptions or details about the suspect at this time. Well, later on they did after he was apprehended and arrested. So let's look at this next clip so we can see exactly what this fool looks like.
And in Toronto, police have arrested a 23-year-old man tonight charged in a series of sickening crimes. In the last 4 days, at least 5 people have been assaulted on university campuses where a man with a bucket drenched them with a foul substance that, well, let's just say, belongs in a toilet. CTV's John Valley Rao has the disturbing details.
On university campuses across Toronto, the latest attack has had students on high alert.
I actually think it's just super disgusting and really demeaning for someone to do that because they'd have to plan something like that.
Overnight, emergency crews rushed in to hose down a sidewalk by the University of Toronto, washing away what's believed to be human waste, dumped from a bucket onto a young woman who was walking by, seen here wrapped in a yellow blanket.
I actually saw the girl that got dumped on. It was, it was disgusting.
Police released security footage of a suspect wearing a construction hat and carrying a bucket after 3 bizarre incidents that all involved suspected fecal matter being dumped on people and the attacker then running away.
At this time, we don't know the motive behind why this is being done. We're hoping to get to the bottom of that.
The first incident happened Friday at a library at the University of Toronto. The second on Sunday afternoon at a library at York University. And the third took place back near the University of Toronto.
I find this kind of behavior inexplicable. You just can't understand why anybody would go around and do this kind of thing.
The victims have all been Asian. The police note some were of Indian descent, while others had a Chinese or Korean background. And in a city that's composed of more than 50% visible minorities, police don't believe the attacks were racially motivated.
Asia, that's like half the population, so we can't really say that, they're targeting.
Still, some students of Asian descent expressed concern, with at least one bringing an umbrella as protection.
If you were to toss the bucket of Feces, I would just open this and hopefully not get hit.
And with word late tonight that the suspect is in custody, students are no doubt relieved, no longer having to watch their backs on campus. Sandy.
John, thank you.
Yo, this don't make no damn sense. What? The poor students are walking around with umbrellas just in case. This Dusty approaches them and attacks them with a bucket of feces. This don't make no damn sense. What the F is wrong with these fools? So the students are studying, focused. They in the damn library. They on campus, walking to class, handling their business, minding their business. And here comes this Dusty out of nowhere. He ain't go to campus to sign up for coursework himself. He didn't go there to educate himself, to improve himself, or to try to work on a degree. He comes with a bucket of shit, y'all, to dump on the poor, unsuspecting students. Do you see what I mean? This just the degeneracy is out of this world. It's unworldly. And the news reporter talked about how they were all of Asian descent. The victims were. I think this is a hate crime, although the authorities are saying that they can't really tell. But it's like, why are you targeting Asian people in this manner? And then that you wonder why that Asian bill, that hate crime bill was passed recently before any other BLM legislation was passed. It's because y'all fools out here terrorizing everybody. Everybody. Don't nobody take you serious. When you lead the felony conviction rates and the violent crime rates, don't nobody take you seriously. When you victimizing everybody left and right in this manner. It's like, when the last time you done heard an Asian man walking around with a bucket of ish to throw on people? Just nasty. Okay.
Found me somebody I'm about to kill. I'm about to kill this guy right here. You're old dude. You say Joy Lane? Joy Lane? Yeah. She's the reason why this is about to happen to you.
Hey, yo, I just want to say I'm sorry. Ain't nothing finna justify my action, bro.
I've been going through a custody battle.
Nationwide manhunt for the suspect who posted that crime on Facebook.
He used a woman's name, Joy Lane.
Her name is Joy Lane. Today is the Easter Sunday Joy Lane massacre.
I believe that he shot himself.
Just shot my ex-girlfriend in the head, yo.
Nothing! Y'all finna have to kill me, bro! I'm finna kill myself and just come get myself!
Okay, so let's get into this next story, which is absolutely revolting, where a homeless Dusty dumps a bucket of diarrhea on a poor white lady in California. Child, this will make me sick to my stomach, but let's watch this and then we will talk through it.
Away from the Hollywood Walk of Fame, a horrifying random attack.
A homeless man dumped a bucket of stuff on your head.
A bucket of his diarrhea. I didn't want it to be in my mouth, but it was running down my eyes.
For over a year, the NBC4i team has been tracking crimes where the suspects are homeless. Tonight, we have learned those incidents are skyrocketing. Investigative reporter Joel Grover reports on the growing threat linked to the untreated mental illness and drug addiction
on LA's streets of shame.
Keep your eye on the woman walking out of this apartment building. A homeless man approaches and suddenly smacks her in the head. There are now thousands of crimes a year like this one in which the suspects are homeless and in many cases suffering from mental illness or substance abuse.
It's so traumatic. Sorry.
Heidi Van Tassel was walking to her car near Hollywood's Walk of Fame when, according to police and court records, a transient with schizophrenia and psychotic disorders dumped feces all over her.
A bucket of his diarrhea. It was liquid, hot liquid. I was soaked, and I couldn't see it was coming off of my eyelashes into my eyes.
Paramedics rushed her to the hospital, and she now needs to be tested for infectious diseases every 3 months.
It's something I won't ever forget. It was disgusting.
Like the attack on that woman on a downtown LA street. Keep watching. Just seconds later, the man punched another victim, attorney Brandon Cohen. Were you kind of in shock when it happened?
What was shocking was that I lived here for 4 years and it didn't happen sooner.
We found the homeless who are arrested for these crimes are often right back on the streets without getting any treatment or help.
I am always on the lookout.
We discovered that Brandon Cohen's attacker, Charles Fuller, had 4 previous felony convictions. But after he attacked Cohen, the cops simply gave him a citation for battery and let him go. 4 months later, a block away, a similar attack against this mother and daughter. Though the police didn't make an arrest, so the suspect wasn't identified.
They need treatment for be it drugs or mental illness.
It was awful. And it changed my life.
Heidi Van Tassel says she's experiencing PTSD from that attack 7 months ago.
It's changed the way I feel walking on the street.
Court records show her attacker was charged with battery and taken to jail.
I have empathy for him because he needs help.
Heidi's attacker was found mentally incompetent to stand trial, and prosecutors tell the I-Team he's now back on the streets.
I'll never, ever forget his face.
This poor lady. Y'all, this is so sad. Can you imagine? Like, she had a night out with her friends. Her girlfriends probably had some drinks, something to eat, enjoyed herself. She done had a fun evening. She walks into her car, and then this mess happens. This dude poured a bucket of his diarrhea on her that he'd been collecting for who knows how long. This is absolutely disgusting and traumatizing. I feel so sad for this lady. And then afterwards, she had to go get tested every 3 months to make sure she didn't have any disease. Because, feces carries so many infections and so much bacteria, so many germs. Can make you very sick. This poor lady. Man, this is the Blackistan Zoo for you, though. These fools are degenerates, just vile and disgusting. Okay, so I want to get into this next clip of a podcast that I used to listen to. It's called The Brilliant Idiots with See the God and also with Andrew Schultz. I don't listen to it now, although I still do enjoy Andrew Schultz. I just can't listen to male-led podcasts these days. I'm just not interested. But anyway, so the story about the man rubbing the ish on the woman in NYC reminded me of this old Brilliant Idiots clip where their friend Wax talks about how he has this weird fixation about his feces. And he also collects his feces. That way he can throw it on people if he's upset with them and if they make him angry. So let's watch this and then we will chat.
Don't be doodle boy, bro. He's been doodle boy though. These doodle antics have been going on forever, right? He's been telling shit stories on our podcast for years.
When I was at the car lot, I had the shit in the tissue.
Yeah, you pooped in the tissue, put it in the guy's pee coat because he didn't give you a commission.
Exactly. And even when and when I did it inside the fucking shoe, all the times I did, I had to fill up fucking mad Gatorade bottles of doodle.
Right.
I was doing that with my own shit.
That's good.
It started off with, I said I wasn't going to beat nobody up no more.
That is true. All that is true.
I said, you know what, guy? I'm going to stop beating people up because every time I beat somebody up, they're going to the hospital or they're going to lock me up.
This is why white people call black people monkeys. I'm serious. That's what monkeys do.
Son.
You've been doing this your whole life?
No, it's the thing is, it was like, I told you, it was like, one time I was just like knocking a bunch of people out and I was like, I can't do that no more. So
no, you found another way to channel your anger.
There you go. I'm going to put some shit on them. And now
no, but you're talking about when you use the bathroom in general.
You always grab it? You always catch it?
Nah, I stopped doing that a long time ago.
Just when he's angry at somebody and he don't want to beat him up.
Oh, so that's just how he goes about
doing
doing
shit.
it.
I'm gonna put in your car. Like if some girl rolled past me and she seen me and I see her keep looking straight. Nobody drive like that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, oh, she meant to drive past me because she just kept looking straight like this. So all right, later on she was in the block and put some shit in her car.
Hold on. So if a girl doesn't acknowledge you as you walk past her,
fragile.
No, wait, no.
Ego.
Stop it. No. Listen.
Fragile
We all going to the same place. Hold on. So you ain't gonna pull over on the side of the road and come get me?
So here we have this grown man. And he talked about, this clip is very long. It's like an hour long, a few hours long. And he talks about how he has anger issues and how he likes to knock people out. So instead of hitting people, he puts poop in their car and like in their pea coats, their coat pockets. So if he feels disrespected, if he feels slighted, he will defecate in a Gatorade bottle and put it on people. And he said he does this to men that he's angry at, and that he also does this to women who won't stop to pick him up when his broke ass is walking on the street. This is what I mean. Like, really, Negro? Really? You a grown-ass, big-ass man. And he's huge. He's huge. This man is Charlemagne's bodyguard. So he's 6 foot something, a few hundred pounds. Buff as all get out. And he's sitting here expecting a ride from a woman instead of getting off his ass and figuring out how to buy his own car. So he gets upset. And in retaliation, if a woman refuses to let him take advantage of her and let his bum ass in her car, he'll figure out a way to put poop in her car. Let's get into this last clip where rapper Boozy says that he does the same thing, and he actually engaged in this degenerate behavior when he was in prison. And this is actually apparently something very normal that these fools do. They'll get mad at the guards and they'll throw shit at them. So let's watch this and then we'll chat.
I was wild in prison, man, bro, because I was just frustrated. And you go through all that stuff. And, you know, I was an asshole in prison. You know, I spit on guards, man. I just was lost, man. I just was angry, and I took it out on a lot of people, bro. And I was just prison. You adapt to being an animal like the people around you. You know, you got people fat mouthing, you know, when you're in a cell. And soon you become that same person. You know, I became that same person as the other people. And I was heating up shit, throwing feces on people, all kind of shit. You know, I kept you know, it's whatever. You know, that's how it is when you go to prison, bro, especially the big house. You know, we ain't talking about no county, man.
Did y'all hear this mess? So can you imagine? So, Nog, you're in prison at no one's fault but your own. You decided to engage in illegal activity and criminal behavior. But you get frustrated. Instead of taking accountability, instead of experiencing some type of culpability, you get frustrated because you so damn degenerate and animalistic. He said he warms up his ish and throws it at the guards. That's what he used to do while he was in prison. This is what these fools are doing. And this is very common for these guys to do while they're behind bars. They'll smear it all over the walls, throw it at people. Just vile, just disgusting. But this isn't surprising here because these fools collectively ain't built right. They got quite a few screws loose. They're not the brightest light bulb in the bunch. They engage in this sadistic, sick behavior, degenerate behavior, collecting shit to attack innocent people. And this is just another example why it's so important to not just divest romantically, but to divest completely from these communities. Because here we see these poor, unsuspecting women who live in close proximity of these fools getting attacked in this vile, disturbing, and disgusting manner. Y'all, divest, y'all. All right, that's all I got. Until next time, see you guys. Bye.
Fellas, if y'all come across a red iPhone, can you please bring it to the sound stage? Red iPhone, we appreciate it.